Podcasting Uncut by Podsplice.
Episode number 12 at Podsplice Podcasting Uncut. We have a good one because we basically have ADHD, I think, self-diagnosed. So we are doing all kinds of different projects. We got some neat things coming up. And in order to do these projects, we have to add new, cool editing features, recording features, because the whole idea is you can record anything, podcast, screen recordings. Now we're doing documentary style stuff for personal, like a 30-day challenge. If you have a business, there's all kinds of things that you might want to do, and we're going to make it so easy so you don't need a big editing team to throw out pretty cool stuff in a variety of formats, and then we'll show you kind of what we're working on and what's coming out.
Yeah, exactly. We're just like trying to build a lot of stuff, but we have a lot of ideas and channels that we want to make. And then we think, oh, so wouldn't it be cool if, and then we think, can we make that with Podsplice? And we're finding the answer oftentimes is yes, or at least close. So then like, how do we take it to the next level? And we're getting into more of like recording your life, personal development on a new channel called Development Quest. If you went there, you wouldn't be that impressed, but it should be better pretty soon. And the idea of you're going to be recording your life, putting on challenges. I did a 30-day challenge for myself where I ran every day. I'll talk about what results I got and how. But how would I make that into like a mini documentary with Podsplice? Like I have all these recordings with the mobile app, and like I recorded a little bit every day, like, you know, how I'm losing weight and like how fat I was and whatever. And hopefully I can like stitch it all together for like a final produced thing, not just like one recording.
Yeah, so we'll show you some of the stuff we made, but we were both getting super out of shape from sitting on the couch working on Podsplice the whole time, and realized like this is not going to go well for our users if like we both die or something, being out of shape. So I was at the dentist not long ago. I'm 47, and so it's not that old or young, but they took my blood pressure and they're like, oh, it's 154 over 92, which if you know anything about blood pressure, that's absolutely terrible. And for the last 6 weeks trying to get in shape, and now it's down to like the one teens over 70, sometimes one teens over in the 60s, and that's just all natural. We'll be documenting that. But how do you even do it? Ad, why don't you show the clip that I made?
Well, I'll show something else first. I just
Okay.
want to. I'll share the screen. I'm going to show a couple things. So I'll do that right now. I'll share my entire screen. So this is the new interface too. So I've been
Okay, that is looking better, so I don't have to scroll down.
right. So I'm going to go over here. So think about Podsplice right now. You can make an interview. You can make shorts. You can do all this stuff. There's a gallery. You can connect with Canva. So we want to put all these things together in a finished product, because you've already made these things, but how would you put them together? And so I'll give you an example. So Andrew's doing this. He made a short with the mobile app. It's a dual camera mode. It's a documentary style. He's riding his bike. I'll just play the clip just to give you an idea.
I've been getting quite a bit fitter recently and losing some body fat, getting stronger, but I haven't been losing as much as I hope. I don't want to go on a stricter diet. So what I'm going to do now, not change anything other than at night, down here in the basement, like I am right now, this is my setup. I'm just going to be on the bike for 45 minutes, kind of between, I'm 47 years old, so kind of between.
Okay, so we don't need to watch the whole clip. If you want to, you can go to the clip, but that's the idea. And so if you wanted to have this, or like have multiple clips, like if he did these for 30
Just hang
days.
on for a second. So point out, notice my face is in the corner, and at the same time on my phone, I'm recording what I'm seeing, which is in this case, I'm just in the basement riding the bike, and automatically the karaoke style subtitles for shorts and TikTok and all this just sort of pop up automatically. So you're recording your face, like your reaction to it, and what you're seeing, and with the subtitles. That's the Podsplice Android app. Apple's coming soon. But I was thinking too, what if I wanted to have my face like half the screen in that? Is that an option, or is that one coming soon?
Yeah, well, there's a few different styles when you make the short, but I'll have to go, like you have to make a template for them. I'm making more where you can show the full screen or just your face and whatever in different parts. So different scenes, kind of like we're doing now. You can speak in full screen. The idea is like once you have all the recording in the separate tracks, we want to be able to produce this into a bigger, like, like a mini documentary in a super easy way. So even this for a short, if I wanted to show like a full YouTube video, like a mini documentary, I could show these shorts on part of the screen, and then the rest of the screen, I could show, a different background with some words and like explaining it, look like we're watching it on TV or whatever like that. Like that kind of style.
Yeah,
Okay,
so
so I think you get the idea. I'm just going to go back into the full screen mode here.
yeah. Okay. So basically, you can record these clips on your phone. Doesn't have to be dual camera, but it can be. They upload automatically with subtitles into the cloud, and then it's like right in your editor, and then you can stitch the stuff together. And it's really way easier to do than anything else. So it's not like, oh, I have this cool idea to make, you know, like it's not like a full documentary, but it looks like it. And but you're not like, okay, now I got to hire a whole team of people. Now it's just like just do it yourself in a few minutes with the help of
Okay,
AI.
right, and don't get fooled by the word documentary. It could just be you talking for a minute and saying, "I want to show this clip," and then the next clip, and then like three clips in a row,
Or put
just so
some
you can.
music, put some editing features in there.
But I just mean if you've recorded a few clips and you think even before, like a month ago, you might be like, oh, it'd be cool if I just showed like how to do this, how to do that, and then how to do the other thing right in the same video because you already made it, right? So you're making new content again with the content you already made, and it's actually better if you cut it together in a good way. That's the idea.
Yeah. So that is obviously huge. And then we'll be showcasing that if you want to see the fitness journey. We're both going on a separate one. Let's talk about that just a little bit
Mm-hmm.
because you've been having an interesting one where you have the running and the beer. So let's talk about that.
Okay, well, I didn't know that we were doing the spoiler alerts already, but okay. Yeah, it's not like I'm running with beer, but like I am, it is the summer in Canada, and I didn't really want to change my diet much, and I was a bit sedentary for a while, and I thought, could I get into better shape if I did something every day, like running? And I'm already like not a terrible runner. I just was a little bit out of shape. So I started running 7.2 kilometers every day for 30 days. But I'm like, the funny thing is, I kept drinking beer with it and I kept losing weight. Like, I think I lost like 12 pounds in 30 days. And I was even eating pizza and stuff. So, like, basically, the documentary is essentially going to be like, how did I lose 12 pounds in 30 days while drinking like 2 liters of beer a day and eating pizza? It's kind
With
of a
just
weird
running.
style.
Yeah. I'm going for more of, I'm doing like, I haven't even been losing on the scale, but I've been taking creatine, so I think I must be loading up the muscle. I definitely look different, and the my clothes are fitting differently, but I've barely gone down. Yesterday, I've been doing a lot more like easy zone two, so the low end of zone two, high end of zone one, along with some fairly difficult strength training in the gym. But I'm trying to add because the zone one, two, we'll get into this in development quest. We're going on a little bit of a side thing here. But because it's so easy to do and kind of fun, honestly, if you listen to a podcast, whatever, it's not taxing on your body. So you can put in like 90 minutes and 2 hours a day if you want. And you'd think, well, who has the time for that? Well, I was watching baseball. Our team's not doing very well right now, but like I can just ride in the basement or walk on the treadmill for like an hour and a half, and we'll see how that goes. We'll be documenting it, but that
Right.
along with
You're
working.
a little bit not as far along as I went. I actually did lose a lot of weight. Mine sounds a bit more inspiring. Like if you want to drink beer and eat pizza and lose weight, maybe you want to follow mine. Like we're going to share them both on Development Quest. That's the idea. Like we're on our own personal quest. We're going to record the results and share it with
It
the
does
world
sound
essentially.
more inspiring the way you phrase it like that, but you know the tortoise and the hare story.
We'll see. It sounds like someone's a bit sensitive about his style. I'm obviously totally joking here. Of course, you're going to be losing weight at some point. It's a lot of water
I
weight.
don't even care about the weight. Like,
No, I'm sure you will though. Like
yeah,
the thing is, if you're like for me, I was around 25 pounds heavier than I should be. Like it's not like I was super fit before either. I was just like a normal person, and I was like 25 pounds heavier than that. Now I'm like I don't know, like 10 or 12 pounds heavier than that. And I'm just kind of recording the journey down, hopefully, to my ideal weight, essentially, or whatever I was before. This isn't like getting ripped and like looking like one of those people that, is going to be super impressive. This is more like middle age style of like, I want to live, I want to enjoy my summer, but I do want to lose weight. So, like, what am I going to do in that case? And what I'm finding is if I run every day a decent amount and vary it up, it seems to be working. And even I asked Gemini what they thought about it. They thought they were blown away with it. They said, keep doing what you're doing. So I don't know. And of course, you could say, like,
but you are
why?
lifting weights now, finally, right? And we'll get into that because it's not going to be only running, or you can really shrivel up.
No, that's the idea. Again, that's why it's going to be part of the documentary series, and we're going to share all the results. But again, we want to use Podsplice to do it with the mobile apps, the screen recording, the full thing,
But I will
and the
say this,
interviews.
even though the weight hasn't dropped, and not to compete too much, but you'd have to admit, going from a blood pressure of 154 over 92 to like 116 over 72 in like 5 weeks is, I think, surprising.
Hmm. Yeah, you're kind of doing like that. It's a supersized me documentary, only you're going the other way. Like, right? Like, you're getting healthy. Like, he ate, what did he eat? Like a Big Mac meal every day or whatever? He kept eating
Yeah,
McDonald's and then he got super fat and unhealthy. You're trying to do the reverse of that,
which I think
essentially.
is what most people try to do.
Yeah, I think the idea of those are just interesting what happens if you do dumb things. Just like mine is. Like it's not a good idea, honestly. Like I'm not recommending drinking beer and running every day,
Yeah.
but it's funny the results and I think it's kind of
Well,
interesting and
the other thing too is it's an improvement from where you were. So you might have to make more tinkers and improvements. But a lot of people, it's not like you want to be in terrible shape and then go into world class, whatever. And there's too much of that, right? Where it's just like so extreme, it doesn't match with most people's lives, and it's a physique where people care about it way too much.
well, and a
Uh,
diet like that nobody wants to do. Like you're eating twigs and berries and like you're starving yourself
and
and
like
you're
if you
having
have
to
a
take.
family, so you never eat with them ever, and then
Mm-hmm.
what? You're just like by yourself, like weighing food and
Well, I know that's one way to do it, but that's why this is more of a development quest of what we want to do personally and is more realistic for us anyway. And some, again, of course, some people in the comments, we might get hilarious comments like, you guys are losers, you look terrible. Like, I don't know. It's like,
yeah,
you lost 10 pounds, big deal. Like, you're obese still. Like, I don't know what's going to happen. Like, we'll
it
see.
doesn't really
Like,
matter. But
no, it doesn't. If it's an improvement, I don't really care. It's just funny to share it though. Like it's a weird thing to do. People might be really pissed at mine because of the drinking. They're like, "Oh, you can't say that" or whatever. I have no idea. Like I don't know.
and who knows, you might even want to cut out the drinking. You don't know where you're going to be. That's part of the journey.
Well, I have actually been now a little bit. That was more of like when I was in the middle of the 30 days, I'm like, what if I just kept drinking every day? So it was like, and then I kept doing what I'm doing. It was more of like once you have something that's working, it was like I didn't want to change it. That was the idea. Keep it simple. The KISS message or whatever or
Yeah,
method.
like don't the advice wouldn't be start drinking if you're not. It's just like if you already are, then do maybe a little bit less, if anything, and a lot more activity as long as you're not overdoing it. And it might make a radical improvement. And then you can decide what you want to do from there.
No, really, the whole thing for me was that's what I was doing, and then what could I add to do every day to maybe make an improvement. And I just know there's a park that I run to by the river. It's like 3.6 kilometers away. So that's my halfway point. I go there and then I run back. And I'm
You
like,
don't
if
have
I
a
did that
beer
every
well
day,
at the halfway mark, do you?
no, I have
I'm
it
just
afterwards
joking.
when I come back, of course. But that's the idea. I just wanted to do something every day because I also get tired of people like, oh, work out 3 or 4 days a week, and I didn't think that was, and then like have cheat days. Like I don't, for me, I don't find the cheat days work very well. That's what I started noticing. my whole week was almost a cheat week. But then it
Well,
was
the
like I
other
wanted
thing
to.
too with a lot of them is because they're younger and they cook so poorly that they need a cheat day because what they eat's disgusting. They say it's not that bad, but then they need to go get fast food because it's just their cooking
Well, because
isn't.
they're starving themselves, basically, right? Like
And just like, almost like plain tuna out of a can with nothing on it, and like just they eat garbage. I mean, it's
no,
like
for sure.
they'll do their macros and say it's okay, but it's so disgusting they're dying to cheat. We'll get into
Hmm.
that in Development Quest. It's Development dash Quest on YouTube. Nothing's there yet, but it will be.
Well, I do own the domain though, developmentquest.com. And actually you can go there now. It doesn't really make any sense. It's like an old collection of things I was working on before,
Maybe I'll
but
have to look at that.
it's there. So if you want to go there,
The journey. All
take a
right.
boo.
So you
All
got to
right.
do your other thing, Ad. I might sort of think about my workout.
All right. Sounds good. And we'll see you next time.